So the thing I'm talking about today, people, is a very serious topic, and I hope everybody can just bear with me for a second, and I try and explain the best I can, because I was in this hospital. I was suffering from mental health issues as a young person last year, and I was in the same hospital which I'm talking about today, which is upsetting because I tell you what. And I tell this to the Taoiseach and to the person if I ever do meet them on the street, or I tell them to any minister or any TD I meet. Children's lives are not to be messed with. They were more important than your stinking money. Because if you're going to just pick up money, 29,000, 30,000, and not even do anything with it, put it on the bank, be greedy with it, keep it. That's what the ministers and the Taoiseach and the president's doing. He's not giving it to children's mental health. 25 beds in only 2 units. Because I was there, I know it, I'm not stupid. I might be completely stupid. I might have dyslexia, but I'm not that thick. And the government of Ireland can't silence me. And they can silence whoever they want. But I say it loud and proud. And I say it as loud as I can. I go up to the hours and I go up to the door. And I go up to the Taoiseach's face and shout at him that he can't understand me. Even if I said it to him. And I really hope that every TD in the door knows who I am. Because I know who they are. And I know where they're going to be. And I'm going to shout in their face. And I war until I get what the people of Ireland deserve. Because I say this, there were so many people when I was in it last year that left to go to Australia and New Zealand and all that. Because the money's better. And these poor workers are working overtime, long hours, without any breaks. I swear to God, all the workers that were working in, there was 15 workers. Non-stop working, 8 to 8, not even one break. In helping us with our mental health issues. And giving us food and everything. And I, do you know what I say to them? Use the honour to this country. Your government is letting you down. These people have to put up with so much. I was there. I know. I was in this hospital. And they had to put up with so much. They listen to me with my problems. The psychologists and all that. And they're getting damn all for it. They're not even getting paid right. They're not getting treated right. They're understaffed. They're underpaid. They don't have any breaks. And they don't have enough beds for everybody. Now, I tell the government this. And I'm being very, very serious. And I'm nearly in the edge of my phone. And nearly into my phone. Because I'm saying this so loud. And I don't care if I have to get arrested. To say to the president that you do not care about your citizens. And the only thing you care about is your back pocket. Your back wages. You've been 5 years in the job now. No, 7 years in the job. And you're going for another 7. Then make sure that the Irish people you serve every day of your life get what they want. And the children, the most vulnerable part of this society, gets the right healthcare and the right treatment that they have. To hell with the adults. But the children are most important. If a child kills themselves, that's more important than any adult killing themselves. It is sad if an adult does kill himself, but if a child dies a 7-year-old by throwing himself off a bridge, that is even sadder. And if President Higgins doesn't have a heart, because it has happened in the past, I swear to God it has happened, and the president never said anything, and soon somebody which dies, he's all up, oh, I'm sorry for your loss, and all that. He didn't say anything when that 7-year-old died. And that did happen. I'm not saying the name of the person, but that did happen, and President Higgins stood up in the office and done nothing. Our own president done nothing. And I tell the Taoiseach, I tell any of them, any cabinet member wants to challenge me, they're the challenge of the wrong person. They might as well go and challenge themselves. Because I make them so look bad that they have to leave Ireland because they'll be so disgraced. Because children's mental health is more important than any of your salaries, than any money in the world. Because if I had a child in the morning, if I did, I would put all the money I could. I would even go homeless if my child was in hospital to try and pay his bill for better healthcare. I literally sell the clothes on my back to even pay for. And the state, what does the state do? The parents do enough. The workers that work in the hospital do enough. But what does the state do? They do not give enough resources to the hospitals. And that's the truth. And I'm nearly crying saying that. Do not give enough resources to the nurses. They do not give enough staff because they do not have staff. And they're taking them in from foreign countries. And the Irish people don't understand a word they're saying. And now, there was some foreigners when I was in the hospital up there. And to be honest with you, they done their best. And I give them salute. Because they're doing their country proud. They're doing the country they came to as immigrants. They're doing their country with honour. And the government that we have in the Dáil and in the hours, the man himself, the head of our state, is letting children die without mental health help. The hospitals are stacked with people, children and women and men, and older men and older women, dying with cancer and everything. And he can't take care of one slight issue, a mental health issue. That's all that needs to be sorted, and then you can focus on the hospitals. Because children's mental health, they have a lot to live for, and if they throw themselves off a bridge. I say this now, and I don't care what people say now, if people are going to criticize. Every child that dies, or any adult, we're putting the blame on the Department of Health. And Simon Harris, he's going to be held responsible for every child, every man, and every woman who kills himself in this country, and he will have their blood on his hands. Because he's the Minister for Health. And he should do his country with honour, and not worry about America, Japan, or any other countries. Because he's in Ireland. There's people dying, and he does not seem to realise there's people dying in trolleys. And he does not seem to realise that people throwing themselves off bridges. And I tell him so clearly that you should get your own wages and take it out of your own wages, and you pay for another hospital like this, or you pay for an add-on to the hospital. Get it out of your own wages. I don't care. Take $1 million out of your own wages. But you'll be well liked by the people if you do that. And it'll take a good politician to say, the hell with the state. I'm not taking taxpayers' money. I'm paying it out of my own salary. And that's what will get you well liked. And that's what will stop suicide. It's not every only person talking about it. It's the state, if they stand up and take a bow and do something. Because that's the only thing that can be done. If they do something, if they have the will to do something. And I have my apologies to anybody affected by suicide or having to wait on a hospital bed, or a special hospital bed need or anything, or even have to wait for this hospital, Cherry Orchard Hospital. I feel so sorry for you. My heart really, really does go out to you. And my prayers and my thoughts are with you in this time. Because it is, because as I said, I was here before. I was in this same hospital before. The only one in Ireland. There only has 22 wards. 25 rooms altogether. Should I say any more? 25 rooms for 4 million people, for young people up as far as 18. Now tell me, what society is this? Is this a communist? Fascist? Because it seems to me that's fascist. And it's not a democracy. Because that's what I'm thinking of this.